Everything's fine on 93.9 Dublin South FM.
Talking about the 15th Indian Film Festival of Ireland, I am absolutely gung-ho about it because this is going to be fantastic. 15th, a bombshell. It's going to be the 15th Indian Film Festival of Ireland, kicking in from the 3rd of October till the 6th of October. 4-day festival this year. Extended, you planned for 3 days, but extended 4th day because the demand was so much for 2 more films that we have added on after the 3rd day. It's going to be the 4th day. So here we go. What is the 15th? First of all, what is Indian Film Festival of Ireland? 15 years ago, what happened was that I used to screen Indian cinema here in Dublin. And I'm the first one, actually, who started the screening of Hindustani cinema, Indian cinema in the cinema itself. Before that, Indian community, the diaspora community, were watching on DVDs and VHS cassettes and computers and things like that. So on a small screen at home. And so I'm the one who started, and I said, why not we could have it in the cinema, our films, because in the UK there is a huge film market. And as you've heard from Charmaine's news, now there's a comeback of the old classic films. Recently in Leicester Square, there was a big screening of Pakiza. I've done that as well in my film festival, the very film festival that I created. But how? Before I go to the film festival, let me talk to you about the background of it. So 15th, many years ago, in fact, 25 years ago, I started distributing and screening the Indian cinema at the Irish Film Institute, IFI, in the Temple Bar. And what a success it was, because people were flogging in from different parts of the country, Indians, of course, and Pakistanis and Bangladeshis, and then Indian subcontinent people. And they wanted to watch their films in the cinema because they are used to watching their films back home in the cinema. And here in Ireland, first time a person like Siraj Zaidi have started this screening of Indian cinema in the IFI cinema. So there you go. After that, many people have actually started because, we are very copycat, we are very sharp, we are cannot see other people making money. If there is a good idea, a good business idea, they'll jump on it. They try to cutthroat you, undercut you, and they'll go into the same business. It's like, one guy opened a grocery store or a restaurant, another Indian opens across the road from that same chap to cut his market, to kicking on his belly. But this particular venture was beyond a lot of people's reach because it requires a lot of technical knowledge of cinema, distribution, technical projection, technical reality, dealing with distributors and things like that. None of our community members at that time did not have any expertise in this sector, apart from your truly. So I end up actually creating a massive patch, and that became a wildfire news for the national television. They did a program called Capital City, and another program was Mono was being made on my work, and they feature me as an artist, an actor, who is thinking about bringing a Hindi cinema, Indian cinema to the Irish cinema screen. Funny enough, the cinema owners were a little bit apprehensive and not very helpful, let's put it this way. Only IFI, which is the Irish Film Institute, funded by the government of Ireland, which is a state-funded, some sort of a cultural institute with 3 screenings. And, a restaurant and bar and, of course, the bookstore and bookshop and all that. So it's a meeting place, it's a cafe, and it's with the screenings and all that. So that becomes the super hit venue for my films. And I got screening opportunity. Up until the next 10 years, I just had absolutely no competition and a complete, what I call it, uncompetitive ride for, and I made buckets of money. Yes, I've no shame of saying that. With the big films like Kal Ho Na Ho, Lagan, Mohabbatein, blah, all the blockbusters, the mainstream blockbuster films were my films. So what I did, I just slotted myself into the chains of distribution in the UK. And it was not too bad, in fact, to link with another distributor who was distributing it. And he said, okay, no problem. I'll send you. The only condition is that it has to be a delay for a week. If the film is releasing this Friday here, you will get it following Friday, not at the same time. So that was okay for people to live up to, as long as they heard, Devdas, Kal Ho Na Ho is released in the UK, and the following Friday it was here in my cinema. So that was my background in cinema. And I learned a lot about the industry because dealing with the production houses, distributors, directly with the all big distribution houses in London, I started dealing with that. And so I learned a lot about it. And my knowledge for the cinema has gone up big time. So what happened after that? What happened after that is another interesting thing that the piracy has started. And one film called Etbar, which was Mr. Amitabh Bachchan film, Vipasha Basu and all that. And then I bought that film and booked that film and organized and scheduled that film. But that film was, 3 people were sitting in the cinema when I turned up. Then it was, a shock to me. They said, what happened? Why the people are not there? Because otherwise, usually there's a queue all the way up to the Damis Street, coming out from the Eustace Street, snake going around up to the Damis Street. People are queuing to the box office. I realized that there is a thing called piracy now. Indian films are getting pirated, the brand new films on the internet from where? Hong Kong, from China. And people are watching them. And if the film is not very good, they will not turn up in the cinema. Of course not, because cinema costs money. You buy the ticket, you park your car, you have coffee, tea, lunch, or whatever. So therefore, they prefer to only come to the selected films. And that's the reason, as at the time, that I started losing my shirt, as they say here. So I lost a big time in the film Etbar. It was bad buy for me. Oh no, the film was fine. I mean, John Abraham and Amitabh Bachchan and Bipasha Basu was the lead actors, and it was a good film. I like it, but there you go. So I thought, okay. And as something else happened, another 2 or 3 films in a series, I lost money in a big way. But that's what happens in business. You lose, you make. So that when that happened, then I thought I have to reinvent the wheel. And I come up with this idea of creating an Indian Film Festival of Ireland in 2010, nearly 15 years ago. Indeed, 15 years ago is a staggering time. 15 years ago is a long time in somebody's life to, continue and sustained rain, whole, as I said, thunder, rain, or whatever, crisis in my personal life, private life, losing my wife, and all that happened in between. But I continued, screening films in the festival form and picking up the critical films in the form of Indian Film Festival of Ireland. So there you go. I'll continue the story. First, you must take another track of song and sit back, relax, and enjoy this track.
You are listening to 93.9 Dublin South FM.
Broadcasting from the Dundrum Town Centre. This is Dublin South FM.
जी मेरे भाइयों, ये है फिरोज खान साहब की फिल्म और तुम खूब लगती हो, ब्यूटीफुल सॉन्ग. एंड अगेन पुराने गाने, सदाबहार 70s 80s old songs, wonderful ideas about romance and romanticism. तुम जान हमारी हो. Jaan word जो है ना, this is a very strange word. People use it for a couple in the couples format and things like that. Anyway, continuing my story of the Indian Film Festival of Ireland, the 15th Indian Film Festival of Ireland will take place from the 13th. What am I saying? That 3rd of October to the 6th of October, and it's going to be another fantastic year, hopefully, because Mr. Atul Tiwari is coming all the way from India. He's a writer, actor, and he's bringing a film called Mujib. Mujib is the film about Bangladesh. Bangladesh is in the news, and therefore I have to bring the mainstream film, which has not been released in India widely yet. It's a beautiful film. It's a tell about the history of Bangladesh, how it came about. And the background is, of course, Mujibur Rahman, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. The short of that is Mujib, and that is the opening film. So therefore, 5 o'clock is the reception, as usual. Every year, that's what I do with the dignitaries. Hopefully, the Indian ambassador will join. Other ambassadors of the embassies will join. And of course, we will particularly like to have, a kind of a reception. And then, we would have a screening and discussion and all that. This is this fantastic way of opening a film and opening a film festival. So that is what is happening on the 3rd of October. On the 4th of October, which is the next day, we have a screening. By the way, there are screening in the short film screening in the morning as well. So there on the 3rd of October, there's a screening and things like that. So that's what happening on the 3rd of October. And on the 4th of October, you would see that in the 4th of October, many other films will take place. The three films every day. We have 10 films altogether over 4 days. So those 3 films will take place on the 4th of October. And then you would have, and I'm not telling you the dates, the titles, because I've told you the opening film. There are other films. You have to check it on the online. And online is the www.iffi.ie is the website. And of course, the schedule is there, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. And indeed, then on the next day is another attractive night of gala, award night, when I give awards to the participant traveling from India, vis-a-vis Atul Tiwari, and indeed a charity partner for this year, which is a delectable Danzel Foundation of India. Danzel Foundation of India is set up by its chairperson and CEO, Shakiba Omar. Shakiba Omar is a wonderful lady, a young entrepreneur, bright, delectable, and highly qualified educationalist, you name it, is there. So just check it out. She's a blogger. She writes a wonderful blog and a very, very, very talented girl. She's coming over from India to receive their award, and we will be giving her as a charity partner of that. Every year we do recognize a organization, and she's running this as an NGO, non-government organization, with a lot of experience of working in the government department and education department and all that. But so she'll be here to receive the award and to talk about, and of course she'll tell you all about what Danzel Foundation is all about and how you can contribute, how you can support, how you can donate and all that. Festival have contributed, Festival has donated, and Festival is recognizing the effort of Danzel Foundation. So that's happening. And of course, it's not only that. The main attraction of the gala night is the ghazal singers and a popular singer from London, Asif Raza, who's coming over here to perform live concert during the gala night. So apart from the giving awards to the artist and the traveling, the people who are traveling from India, we are giving awards to them. There will be cultural performances, wonderful culture performances, classical culture performances by Satakshi Kaushik in Kathak, Angela George, the Kathak. She's also a Kathak dancer. And the wonderful, another Bharatnatyam dancer called Natarajan. And she is a wonderful, wonderful Mona Natarajan. Mona Natarajan is another from Chennai, and she is a beautiful, Bharatnatyam dancer. So she'll be performing these wonderful classical dance. And then we also have some singing. Arindam Sanyal would be going popular Indian numbers. Hopefully, the Mangala School of Music and Mangala could also sing, and one or two singers as well. As we go along, I'll keep telling you all about it, who they are, and the performance and things like that, introducing all the performers who will be performing. And of course, a gala night cannot be completed without a gourmet, a wonderful dinner. All of that is for, can you imagine, €25? €25. I mean, you go to a coffee shop and have a coffee and a cake. Two people can spend €25. Why am I spending and charging so little? Because in the past, I have been charging like €50, €100, and there was a less taking. On top of that, there are a lot of competition for other concerts, and I'm not going to give them plug at the moment, but other concerts are happening right next day. The same next day on the 5th of October, there's another concert. I'll talk about that some other time as well. But this is the reason that at least two people, a couple who's coming, spending €25, at least they would not feel that much if the two people were to spend €50 and have a wonderful evening. Enjoy the evening performances, live dancers, qawwali singers, ghazal singers, and khana, our own Indian dinner. So I'm grateful to those who have supported me. I'm really, really grateful to those who have taken advertisement in our brochure. Please do support me. I need your help. That's another area. And but those who have, I'll name them later on. But senior friends, you see, the thing is that this festival is all about friendship. I do it with the help of my old pals in Dublin and the people who are senior community members, and they really have supported me in the past. So therefore, I would, really like to thank those who come on board this year as well. And so therefore, they would be the supporters, and they will be acknowledged on the day. On the special table will be set up for them and things like that. Anyway, not a special table, but they will be on the top table. And the table arrangement, seating arrangement is formal. Formal dinner, as I said, black tie if you can have it, monkey jacket as we call it. But if not, then you can have any smart dress. You can get it tailor-made. I got a suit tailor-made for that, and you'll be surprised to see me on the gala night with that particular suit. Anyway, enough about me. It's all about film festival, so sit back, relax, and enjoy this particular track.
You are listening to 93.9 Dublin South FM.
Broadcasting from the Dundrum Town Centre, this is Dublin South FM.